Alright, where we last left our heroes, we had Palyus, played by Josh, and Barrett, played by Nikki. And we are now at Season 4, Episode 10, number 31.7. Last time, where we have left you guys off... I'm sorry, we're up to Season 4, Episode 11, number 31.8. When we left you guys off last time, you were actually dubbed the champion of the Vishnan Shire and given the champion's estate, where you had explored around, found all these rooms in the estate. You got to check out the sparring room, the alchemist room. The whole top floor was bedrooms for your elite advisors. What I also wanted to say, and this is one thing I want to backtrack and change, in that house where you had the master bedroom, and then you had the other rooms on that floor, of those 10, I want to make it that 3 of them are actually connected and a bit more upgraded, as if you're supposed to have 3 chief advisors.
Okay.
Now, when you guys had left the estate after venturing around a little bit, getting your bearings of the place, you were immediately greeted by Gala. Gala, one of the older women who was not fond of you becoming the champion. She was actually there with a couple other hecklers throwing fruits and tomatoes and such. You actually very diplomatically engaged her in a conversation, saying how if you don't band together, there's going to be a bigger issue here than just wasting fruit. She started to walk away, and at that time Barrett attacked her, throwing her to the ground and putting his boot on her face. She was deterred and left. You then took an assessment of the wall surrounding the Vishnan Shire, and you needed to really unify everybody together. So you had held a town meeting, and of the 400 citizens, 200 of them volunteered. You then broke them into companies between your more elite of the soldiers. So you put 3 in charge, Zane, Gerald, and Justin. Those are your 3 best, as well as Barrett. And you put the volunteers immediately to work by having them reinforce the broken parts of the wall, and for having them dig some traps around those weak spots as well. So they were digging trenches with spiked pillars in there as well. You also had sent the blacksmith to the Dundale trading post with some gold that you acquired from enacting Champion's Law. And he went with an expected 2-day turnaround to bring back armor for your volunteered soldiers. That's really the bulk of it. You had gotten to meet Miss Milton, who is not in her prime. She gave you the bulk of your champion's gear uniform, although you still feel like there are a couple of pieces missing. Where we're taking up from now, overnight, your volunteers were doing the work to the wall. So come the morning, the sunrise, when you guys are actually waking up, is when they are finishing their work on the wall. And I would like for you both, if you don't mind, to roll perception.
Okay.
But while you're doing that, I just want to ask you, Palyus, would you have given one of those leader rooms to Barrett?
21.
Very good.
Thanks.
What am I doing? Perception?
Yeah.
24.
Alright. Would you have given one of the leader rooms to Barrett, one of those 3 special rooms? Or would you have kept him sleeping on your floor at the foot of your bed?
I would ask Barrett where he wanted to stay. If he wanted his own room, that's cool. If he wants to bunk with me, that is also cool.
Well, Barrett?
I would sleep at the foot of the bed.
Okay.
Because incensed, I feel like a puppy.
Well, you're down there with
I'm-
Mac.
I'm loyal and snuggy-like.
It's snuggy.
Snuggable.
Well, you're pretty much laying at the foot of his bed with, like, well, he's a halfling, so he's up high, so you're cuddling with Mac the whole time, and occasionally you grab one of Palyus's feet and, like, nuzzle into them.
That sounds about right.
And Palyus doesn't mind, because he has those big halfling feet. Or maybe he does mind, who knows.
I like me a good foot rub every now and again.
What I had you guys roll perception check before is while you're sleeping, it's actually just after sunrise, but you were still sleeping. You actually are woken up by a noise coming from a little... If you're on the second floor, it's on the first floor, but below your rooms. And it sounds like it's from outside of the house, but it is right there.
Are there windows that I could maybe get up and look out of? Oh, the balcony. I go to the balcony.
You go out the balcony, and it's a beautiful balcony, by the way. Lots of potted plants, blooming flowers. There's a couple of little tomato plants, so you could tell the previous champion, he must have gone out there and eaten little cherry tomatoes to relax and read a book or something. But when you look out over the balcony, you can see that there's actually a couple of kids playing in your estate yard. And that might have been the noise you heard. It looks like they're playing hide and seek.
And it's just after sunrise?
Just after sunrise.
Are a lot of the warriors and whatnot are still inside the Champions Hall, right?
I mean, you didn't mention to me that they were staying there, so I'm going to assume that if they weren't working on the wall, they probably had gone home.
Okay. Because I immediately, after we got off last night, I immediately regretted not sending a small contingent of people with the blacksmith on his errand. Because who knows what the hell's out there. He's got a lot of gold.
He does. He does have a lot of gold.
I mean, I would like to try and send some folk out there post-haste. If we have any sort of rideable animal, get them on those animals and running full clip.
I'm going to say that you guys have some horses there, so you could send some guys out on horseback. Or maybe you don't have horses. Let me roll just to see what you have. Oh, great. Let me roll again. Alright, that's just as terrible. One more time. Okay. You have some horses. Not too many. We'll say you have 6 horses.
Alright, I send 3 people out to chase after the blacksmith.
And you're just sending them out. What are their instructions?
Instructions are to keep your head on a swivel and, keep an eye out for anything odd in the woods. But their primary mission is to catch up to the blacksmith and ensure that him, his goods, and whatever gold that may be left over make it there and back.
We actually never gave this blacksmith a name. Barrett, would you like to give this blacksmith a name, please? He was a gnome.
Tinker.
Alright. Tinker is the name of the blacksmith. Okay. So you're just sending out 3 guards. Are they any particular 3? Like, are you sending Zane, Gerald, or Justin, or...
No, it's not.
Or just, Soldier 1, Soldier 2, and Soldier 3?
It's tough to say. I send Gerald out with 2, Soldier 1 and Soldier 2.
Gerald with 2 soldiers. Okay. They leave immediately, as per your instruction, and they kind of giggle a little bit, because they're like, I never thought that we should escort the blacksmith. We just thought he could handle it. And they chase out as well. Good thinking, sir.
Alright, still morning. Waiting on the blacksmith. What else is there to do?
At this point, after you've already woken up and given the instructions to the soldiers, you hear a cracking, like wood snapping sound, followed by a child screaming outside.
Ugh.
Yikes. I go out to investigate. Barrett, if you'd like to join me, that sounded very worrisome.
Mac is actually running with you as well. He looks concerned. When you get outside, you find that the kids were playing hide and seek around your house, and one of them had climbed under your porch. In the process, it seems like they had broken through something, and they appear to be stuck, and that's why they were screaming. They're just scared under the porch. And you hear a little halfling girl, "Help! Help me! Help!"
Alright, I take my axe out and cut a bigger hole in the porch so that way they can easily climb out.
She's pretty far under. Like, if you wanted to not have to crawl under there, you'd be cutting a hole in the porch part that's like right next to your front door. Which you still can do, but...
Yeah, but that's no good.
Yeah. Well, she must have crawled under for maybe like a break in the lattice and went under the house to hide. And the other kids are like... The other kids are gathered around by the opening because they don't want to go in there after her.
Well, then I do the same thing, but except to the lattice on the side. I cut the hole big enough for me to crawl through and retrieve this little girl.
Okay. Are you gonna go in first? You said it first. Okay. You gotta speak up, little Nikki. All right. So you cut the lattice open far enough that you could comfortably squeeze through. It's a low area, so you will have to crawl. For the sake of what would be combat, you're considered to be slowed. But again, that's irrelevant because right now you're just crawling through under the porch. No.
Or am I?
When you crawl to this little girl, who she's a little hurt, you can see that she must have stepped on some kind of trap door that was under the porch that was boarded up. That looks like dirt has been over it. It hasn't been accessed in a while. And you can see she must have stepped on it and broke through the rotting wood, and her foot is stuck in it, kind of like a fish trap where things can get in but not out, so it's actually like cutting into her ankle every time. And she's crying. You can see that there's a little bit of blood around her foot.
Can I roll a dexterity check to see if I can use my fingertips to push the trap open and allow her leg free?
Yeah, you could just roll for dungeoneering.
Dungeoneering?
Yeah. It's not going to be that difficult of a check, but I just want to see if you take off the foot in the process.
It wasn't a botch, so that's good. 15 and 6, 21.
Okay. While you're working it out and getting her foot loose, she's talking to you while you're doing it, and she's like, Are you the champion?
Why, yes I am. Give me a moment and we'll get you out of here nice and safe.
I'm really sorry to be playing under your porch. It's just, it seemed like a really good hiding spot.
Oh, it's the best of hiding spots. Most people don't even come by here.
Oh, thank you for being so understanding.
And then you release her foot. It was not difficult. You've done it without sawing off any chunks of meat.
That's always positive.
In the process of pushing it open to let her foot out, you have actually broken this trap door, and you see that there is a very steep decline that might be some set of stairway that leads underneath your house.
Oh, I'm going into that. I called Barrett.
The little girl is having some problems crawling out.
Well, okay,
I'm gonna pull her out.
Of the...
Yes, speak up.
I'm gonna pull her out.
No, just so that he could hear you. I can hear you fine. Alright, so she starts to crawl out. Barrett assists her the rest of the way. And she just kind of lays on the ground a little bit. She doesn't feel like she could walk. And are you going to tell Barrett about what you found?
Yeah, I follow the kids out. I follow her out, and I tell the kids, alright, children, you shouldn't be playing around this house too much. I know it's a good hiding spot, but there are plenty of other great hiding spots in town.
Okay.
Now run along, children.
We're sorry. Yeah, we're sorry.
Some of them don't say anything.
Have fun.
They help their wounded friend back to her mother, and they all leave.
Alright, as soon as they're gone, I look at Barrett and Barrett, Matt. There's a hole underneath this deck. We gotta go check it out. There seems to be a stairway, and I think Mac should lead the way because he'll be able to sniff out any danger.
Mac approaches the hole in the lattice under the porch, sniffs, and steps back.
That's not good news, Barrett.
Bad news bears.
But at the same time, we can't have anything bad coming out from beneath my house just as soon as a battle is raging.
That is true. That is
We're
true.
gonna have to go into we're gonna have to venture into the cave.
All right. Are you guys doing anything before you go down?
Ooh, good point.
You probably should get some sort of potions. Just saying.
I was really referring even to giving your people instructions.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Well, they need to have orders at this point.
Don't you yell at me.
I'm not yelling at you.
He's yelling at me.
Inter-party conflict. I love it.
Alright, so yeah, what is my inventory? Let's see, 100 feet of rope, 4 rations, 3 health potions, 1 inch of petrification, and that is all.
Sounds like he has
So,
a nice stock of potions.
I would definitely, no, because I don't, do I have any money of my own? I gave all my gold to the blacksmith.
Oh, yeah, he did. He did take your
Wouldn't you have a treasury?
What, like a city treasury?
Yeah.
He invoked Champion's Law to be able to take enough gold to pay for the armor that the blacksmith went to buy from Dundale.
But nothing more.
So there's no champion treasury?
No.
That's stupid.
As the champion, you can enact to take gold from the city.
But you can just take whatever you need and give it back later.
I'm sure the taxpayers would appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Well, your buddy is the one who does the potions, right? So.
Yeah, Eric. Wait, inside the alchemy lab in the Champions Hall, were there any sort of alchemical properties or anything that I could maybe barter and give to Eric in exchange for a super potion?
There were a couple of different herbs and seeds. You're not most of it was empty. Most of the containers were empty. There were some things left there. You're not too sure what they do or their value.
Take these seeds, I need stuff.
I load all of those things up into a sack and march on over to Eric's shop.
Yeah, it's few enough things that it would fit in like a picnic basket. You know, like it's that few for a whole room of goods. And where were you taking it to, Eric?
Eric.
To Eric, yeah, because he's the
Postmaster?
potion dude.
Okay. You get to his place. It looks like he is just opening up. You see him putting a little key in the door and opening up. He opens the curtains and he sees you. Ah, Champion! Barrett! Good to see you so early in the day.
Good morrow, sir.
Good morrow. Come in. What can I do for you?
Alright, we enter his shop, and I clasp him by the forearm, like a man.
Oh.
Say, Eric, Eric, I know I have a running tab here at your shop, and I must apologize. I don't have any money, but I have these goods from the Champions Hall. I was hoping to perhaps barter with you for some supplies. That Barrett and I must venture down into a small dungeon.
A dungeon? You're leaving at a time like this?
I won't be far. It's just beneath the hero or the champion's home.
There's something beneath the champion estate? That's unusual.
Yes, this is just as surprising to me as it is you, Eric.
That building has been there for hundreds of years. Huh. Alright, well let me see what you got there. Let's see, you got some thistleweed, you got some parsley, these are some iron shells. Alright, you know, I'm gonna be fair with you. A lot of this stuff is old and probably not as potent as I need it to be, but I could give you 10. Make that. I could give you 6 gold for the, and then you could use that to buy potions. Sound fair?
That sounds fair to me, Eric.
All right. He takes all that stuff and he gives you 6 gold. And
Alright, now, what was the... I forget the costs of different items.
The super potions were 2 gold. Those heal 25 hit points. And the regular potions were 2 for 1 gold. And those restore 10 hit points.
Alright, I purchase 2 super potions and 2 sets of 2 regular potions.
Okay. I'm also just going to check his inventory quick, just to see if he's gotten anything else. He tells you how he has eye drop potions, which actually cure blindness. Not obviously natural blindness, that it won't fix, but if it's like a magically induced blindness, it will.
This sounds terrible. We're getting ourselves into something awful.
And he actually just mixed those recently, so he has 3 eye drop potions. He also has another one that he just mixed up yesterday. It's called Cat's Grace. And it is also, the other one, by the way, the eye drops, it's 2 gold for 2. He wants, actually, I'm sorry, 1 gold each. And this one is 2 gold each. Cat's Grace. Pretty much whoever drinks it will be transformed into a cat figure, where they will be lightweight, more acrobatic, very dexterous, until they decide to end the effect, with a limit of 1 day. And that is 2 gold. He said he doesn't like to make that one because a cat dies every time he tries to.
There are many strays in this town, Eric. Do not feel sad.
I can't help it sometimes. I pity little furballs. And it's not supposed to kill them, but it does. I'm still working out the kinks on creating it.
Barrett? You've known Mac a lot longer than I have. When he went to sniff that hole, what kind of vibes were you feeling?
Not good ones.
You could roll insight.
Should we even venture into the hole?
It's gonna give us problems later, so probably we should.
Okay. Is there anything that you need to purchase while we're still here? I'm gonna pick up one of those eye potions instead of
Mac will
instead of the 2 sets of regular potions, I'll pick up an eye potion, 2 super health potions, and that'll be all.
Alright, so that's 4, 1, 5 gold. Right?
Oh, I thought oh no, it's the cat's one that's 2.
Yep.
Alright. Then I'll pick up 1 set of regular potions as well.
Alright. He'll take all 6 gold back.
Oh yeah. We gotta be prepared.
Your insight check, being as you've known Mac for a very, very long time, your insight check tells you that it's not so much that he senses evil. You know, he wasn't giving you that vibe. His fur didn't stand up. He didn't show his teeth. He doesn't like to be in really tight, confined spaces, and he didn't feel comfortable going under there.
Oh, Mac is claustrophobic, apparently.
Good thing I'm a halfling. Is it big enough for Barrett? Is Barrett gonna have to be crawling the whole time, or?
Well, you've only gotten to see the stairs, so you don't really know if it opens up underneath.
Barrett's pretty tiny of a guy.
Yeah, Barrett is kind of short. Oh, you're 5'6".
I feel like I gave him too much height. I feel like Barrett's only like an inch taller than me.
He's not very tall, that guy. He might be 5'7". He might be.
No way.
Really? He's
No
not
way.
5'5". 5'5" is way too short.
No.
Like, I would be able to put my chin on top of 5'5".
I'm 5'3", and you're a bit taller than me, like good head mark. Taller.
Yeah. You like on me, you'd be right here.
Barrett, were you gonna buy anything while you're here?
Nah, I'm good. I'm all gravy. I'm cold though.
Yeah, I know. I'll take care of it.
No, right there. It's right there.
Yeah, I got it.
So,
Thank you.
I still need to
that's
give
why you're my
out orders before we go. I shake Eric's hand and thank him for his for helping us out.
My pleasure, sir. It's a team effort. We appreciate what you're doing here.
Anything you can do or say to try and convince others in this town that this is indeed a team effort, it will go a long way.
I normally wouldn't even take your gold given the circumstance, but I do have to get supplies in order to make some potions for the army.
Absolutely. Do what you need to do.
I mean, I don't mean to ask this of you, but since you're already here, if you can contribute any kind of resources towards buying some of these supplies, I can't gather them fast enough to produce potions for everyone. And I feel like it would greatly increase our chances if everybody had at least one potion on them.
Okay.
If I had
are the things he needs readily available within the immediate area of Vishnu-Shad?
Yeah. For the most part, you can get most of the ingredients in the woods of the wild. Some of them they do have to get from the sea. He needs a certain type of kelp.
Okay.
But it's in the immediate vicinity.
Alright, after Jay breaks and people are up and running, feel free to take 10 of the volunteers with you to find all the necessary things that you need.
My God, that is certainly grateful of you, sir. I will do so.
So that means there's 3 in Gerald, or 2 in Gerald's running out, and then 10. So there's still 187
Yeah, you got plenty
others
to set on the task if you wanted to have them do anything.
Yeah. Alright, so we leave Eric's shop, and I look for Lucifer because I need to give him instructions as to what the volunteers should be doing for the day.
Okay. He is located at the barracks. That's generally his hangout spot. It's actually maybe 20, 30 feet away from the champion's estate. That's where a lot of the guards that are currently in training, so that original 80, that's where they're housed until their training is complete. So he stays there with the 80 on active guards. And you see him even just approaching the building. He's outside, and he's actually going over ranged tactics with those 80.
Nice.
And you see them, they're lined up in a line. He's walking behind them, and they are aiming at targets that are straightly lined down the row.
Well, I don't try and get any of the trainees' attention. I merely walk straight up to Lucifer himself and shake his hand in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morrow, Lucifer.
Good morning, champion. I was just actually reviewing some range techniques, as well as archery, as well as aim, focus, and concentration. He takes a stick that he's been walking around with, and he smacks one of them in the leg, and you see him kind of buckle down, and while limping, he is still shooting. Excellent soldier. Keep your chin up. He uses the stick to turn his head upwards. Aim high.
I trust in your methods, sir. I just wanted to go over what some of the volunteers should be doing for the day.
Yes. What tests did you have set for them?
Well, yesterday, those who worked on creating some of the pitfalls beneath the weak points in the walls. They just finished early this morning, so they need rest. But, and I believe that was... I think it was 40 people, right? Was it 40 who did that? Or was it the whole group?
I think it was... We're going to say it was the rest of the group. Besides these 80. That were actually on wall detail. These 80, Lucifer has kind of had a very tight rein on because they aren't done with their training.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to have to feed them to the Unity Alliance when they come.
Alright. I inform Lucifer that, you know, allow the other volunteers to get enough rest to, you know, eat a hearty breakfast when they do awaken. But they need to, half of them, which would be, what, 120?
Yeah.
60 of them need to go out into the fields and start collecting as much food and rations as possible. Go hunting, search out game, so that way we can start drying and curing the meat. And the other half continue digging trenches and setting pitfalls around as much of Vishnushire as they can. Don't tell them to overexert themselves, just get as much of the job done as they can.
Sir, I feel like it would be...
In fact, when some of the people who've gone out to get food come back with a backpack or their haul, they'll trade out with the people digging, so that way, you know, it'll be sort of a rotationary thing.
I feel like a greater investment of our time and resources would be to build up the wall. Right now we have a 10-foot wall, and granted it would be an exhausting effort in the next couple of days, but perhaps we can make this a bit more formidable, with guard posts slightly higher to make it more difficult to climb. Right now, a capable soldier would be able to vault over it without issue.
I was not aware of that.
The wall that surrounds it is only 10 feet high, and it's fairly narrow, so you could position somebody on it, but it's not like there's a stairway that has a walkway for your troops to line up and duck behind something. It would be an exhausting effort to surround the city in this manner, but I feel like we'd be able to complete it, and it would make us much more formidable to defend.
Well, in that case, yeah, we should build up the wall as much as possible instead of digging trenches. And then I'd like to revise, instead of 60 and 60, it'll be 80 and 40. 40 go out to get food, and 60 start, or yeah, where were we? 80 build the wall, 40 get the food.
That is a most excellent idea, sir. I will, once the troops awaken, I will get them started immediately on their duties. These slackers, and he smacks another one in the leg and he shoots it up into the air. These slackers will continue their training until I am damn well ready to release them to wall duty. And at that time, let me know if this hits your armor class. 24.
I have 24.
The arrow that's shot into the air hits pretty much grazing your shoulder. And it's gonna deal you 12 damage.
12 damage?
Yeah.
Oh, those dice are angry at me. Alright, currently I have 84 health.
The soldier that shot you, you actually recognize. Well, actually, I guess you don't recognize him, but he's looking at you and he's very terrified right now, having just shot the champion. Lucifer takes him...
I walk up to him and grasp him by the throat. And look him dead in the eyes, and I say, if you allow another arrow to go straight in the air and harm another Vishnushire, Shiring? I don't know how to say that. Anyways, there will be hell to pay.
Sir, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for that. He hit my leg, and I became distracted, and the arrow slipped from my hand, and
we don't have time for you to be distracted.
Oh, be nice.
You think the enemy will be nice? Give him the time to line up a shot? 20 seconds? No. You need to be prepared now.
Lucifer takes his stick, smacks him in the back, and says, "Get back to it." And he goes and starts shooting at the target again. "I will take care of everything here, champion. You'll have one less thing to worry about."
I give Lucifer a knowing look, a little wink, and shake his hand.
He shakes firmly in his warmed gauntlet.
That's right, it is still warm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Alright, Barrett and I head towards the hole.
Okay. You are back under the porch, and Mac will still not follow. You're okay with leaving him behind?
No.
Are you gonna try to drag him?
Shall we pray and maybe lessen the emotional burden on the beast?
You can roll for nature just to try to coax him down.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Roll nature.
Come on, man.
Roll nature.
Come on, man.
Roll nature.
Nature, 16, 6, 22.
He starts to go under, and he almost makes it all the way up to that hole. And then you could see that he's like a little shaky the whole time. You kind of have to pull him, and he does that dog scrunch thing where he doesn't want to go. And when he just about gets to the hole, as soon as you let him go to like continue crawling down, he runs back out. And he's standing at and he's just sitting at the opening, looking in, watching you guys.
Mac, get over here. Come on.
He's just sitting at the opening. He will not budge. He's not going.
You know you want to. Come on, puppy. Come on, puppy. No? You don't want to go? No? We're going to eat you out here.
While Barrett is still trying to coax Mac to come, you could look down and you could see that the opening that first initially goes down, it starts off very steep, and it looks like it does get a little taller, so that you don't have to crawl the whole way. But it is very, very dark.
And there's no sense of maybe now, because I guess it's been there 100 years. Probably nothing down there. Well, I crack open one of my sun rods, of which I have 3 left. And
You still have 3.
There's no way he has 3.
You don't still have 3. I don't think you've been
I
marking
started
them
out
off.
with 2, or I started out with 4. And then she got enveloped in darkness, and I tossed one into it, and it was wasted.
I think you went through 2 in that dungeon.
I feel like he only has 1 left.
I think you do only have 1, because you started with 2, and your son brought you 1 in his backpack.
But he
That's
used
right.
it.
Let me revise that. One sun rod.
That's fine. He can have 1.
I asked Barrett, does Barrett have any sun rods?
I also have 1.
You do also have some lanterns in the estate. So.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass. Let's go grab the lantern from the estate.
Alright, you don't have to mark off your sunrod. You can keep that for emergency purposes. Okay, you can grab a couple of lanterns. I don't know if you each want one, but...
I wish I was Stein. Would need a
The more light, the better.
Stein would just light up his scythe.
Well, he has a cool sight, now doesn't he?
He does.
Oh, if only Stein were here. But he's not.
Oh.
It's so sad. He would just handle business.
He would have already destroyed the house to find out what was underneath. I know how to find out. Burn it down. Alright, so you guys...
How Stein would have handled it, Mickey?
Maybe.
It would have been an option. You each have a lantern. Although Barrett didn't tell me if he was taking one, I will assume that he did.
I lead the way since I am shorter and can crawl a little bit faster than Barrett. during this initial drop.
Okay. It's fairly steep, but it does kind of become a bit more gradual as you go further down. It eventually opens up into a wider room, and everything down here is crafted from a stone. It's a very dark stone, and you do recognize it as being the foundation of the house. So you have gone down what feels like 2 or 3 stories, and you are within the foundation. It is the same throughout. The stone does look ancient. As halfling, you guys don't have any particular advantage to identifying stone, so that's really all I can tell you. It looks very old. It smells just as old. There's dust settled down here. It is damp. It is moist. There's a little bit of condensation where there is not dust. Let's see. And you've entered into a 20 by 20 room, so it's not the most vast space, but your lantern illuminates the whole room. And when you're down here, I do need to actually know your guys' Thral-ste knowledge.
8.
1.
Okay. Engraved on these walls, in certain spots, there are actually Thral-ste writings. For a Thral-ste of 1, you really can't make out anything in order to be able to pinpoint what it is.
Completely ignorant.
With a reading of 8. Alright, so in this room, there is a stand that's made entirely of stone that has individual candles, sticks candles in a little candlestick holder. And there's 4 of them. None of them appear to be lit yet, and they don't appear to have ever been burned. So there are 4 on this table, and to the left of the table, there's a heavy stone door that you could identify immediately as having very relevant writing. And it reads... That's not what it reads.
It scared me a little bit, not even gonna lie.
Can you please read that?
The first one?
Yes.
I can't read your handwriting.
Barrett is translating for you what is written on the door.
The truth is all. That is Thral-ste. Here?
Yep.
It's an H?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a smudge, so you couldn't make out one of the words.
Those find themselves and lose their way, crossing worlds to choose your fate. Illegible?
The next line is entirely illegible.
Crossing worlds?
To choose your fate. Let this light your path, and it not die, or this place you too shall lie. Enter the den of the champion.
That's it.
Entry room to champion down.
Well, that sounds ominous.
Damn. We're in a tight spot.
It's almost as if they knew we were coming.
I think we should light up those candles that don't look lit up.
Well, you should check the rest of the room to see if there's any indication if there's any sort of order that the candles need to be lit in.
You could roll for dungeoneering.
No perception?
Or perception. It's a very good roll.
Yep, I try.
Tell me what you're doing it for, dungeoneering or perception. It does make a difference.
Perception, because that's more.
Then I'll do dungeoneering. Do you need me to re-roll?
You could also use Arcana. But yeah, tell me which one you're doing.
Dungeoneering. So that's 8 and 19.
Do that.
8
8 and 14, 4,
Use your
6, 2, 22.
So you have perception, you have dungeoneering?
Yeah.
Okay. Palyus, with your perception check, you're looking around the room. It does not appear... These look like ordinary candlesticks. You haven't touched them at all yet, but they don't look like anything special. There's nothing else in this room other than the door, which is heavy enough that you can't move it on your own. You don't see anything that even in these writings, from what little you can understand of it, you don't see anything that insinuates a way that they should be lit in a certain order or held in a certain way. Your dungeoneering check has led you to believe that there is definitely magic at work, and that these candlesticks are actually imperative, and perhaps if you were to touch one or hold one, it would trigger something to happen.
Can I also make an Arcana check?
Yes, you can.
Can I do one for shits and giggles?
You can. Barrett rolled fairly high.
17 and 6.
Alright.
And I rolled low. I only got a 10.
Okay. Barrett, your sense of magic and your understanding of how this may be rigged up to work tells you that if you were to pick this up and do something with the candle, perhaps to light it, the door would open.
Cool shit. I'm gonna grab a candle.
As soon as you pick it up, it has lit itself.
Huh. I'm gonna go over by the door.
Ain't that fancy.
You wave it in front of the door, and the door, you hear it rumble, and it slides inside like one of those.
Does it go?
doors.
Does it go? Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, it does.
Can I take this light source with me, or does it go out?
No, you can take it with you.
Ah, you should grab one.
You only took one. We should take the other 3.
Go
or
on
do you
and
feel
get
like there's
them.
some magical
Jesus.
stuff that may happen if we took all 3?
You could always try it.
Go get it.
Huh?
I got one. Go get them. I got one.
Alright, I'll go grab the other 2 or 3.
When you pick one up, it lights itself, and when you go to pick up the other 2, they don't move. As if they're attached. You cannot pick it up.
Ah, per person. Good job.
Alright. Let's continue down the hall.
Okay. Once you enter that heavy stone door...
Wait. We need breadcrumbs. Or something. Of the like.
Breadcrumbs? So
yeah,
what breadcrumbs do you
if
have?
this is a maze, and we suddenly get lost, and are down here for 3 days, and then the battle happens without me there, that's going to be an issue. We have to be able to find our way back.
I think it's you.
It's not me. Mine's in my pocket.
That's my phone, my bad. People are texting and my phone's on the table.
It legit sounded like it was from here.
That's good vibrations. We need breadcrumbs. We need something to leave behind.
Alright, well, where's your breadcrumbs? Did you take them with you?
You do have a rope. You each have a rope.
A 50-foot rope.
I have 100 feet of rope.
You could just put down your potions in a trail.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
DM hint. Leave your gear behind.
DM never tries to help.
Aw.
There's gotta be...
You have rations on you, so you can actually leave crumbs of food.
No, I'm not gonna do that. You have fun doing that. I think we'll be fine.
Barrett has proceeded ahead.
Do I have a knife, or do all I have is my axe?
You have a knife to eat with.
Yeah, you have your utility knife.
But it will cut through rope, right?
Yeah, it would take like a sawing motion. It's a fairly dull blade. But yes, it will.
Okay. Well, can I make like a continuous action as we're walking through this place? That I don't need to say it every time, but I just like kind of make it known now.
Yeah. And what do you want to do? Cut up bits of your rope?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. You don't have to
So
roll
that
any...
way, you know, because, I mean, as far as I know, it's just dust and earth beneath us. But if I see the shavings of rope, you know, that'll, you know, just seeing, like, the little pieces of rope behind us. I mean, I'm not going to cut off, like, whole foot-long
No,
chunks.
like shavings, I understand.
Shavings, yeah.
You don't have to roll anything for that. You could do that if you want. That's fine.
That's my plan, yeah. I
Okay.
catch up with Barrett.
You continue on, and this hallway really doesn't go too far. It's maybe a 10-foot hallway that along the way you could see is, it has different symbols and different hieroglyphics, if you will. Are either of you trained in religion?
Would that mean I have a check mark
No.
in the skills box?
Yes.
I am not.
Okay. If you would like to roll for religion, you can. If you were trained in it, I would just tell you what this is.
19.
Ooh, 17.
Okay.
17 and 8. 3, 5, 25.
Alright. You identify these markings on the wall as being religious symbols of the goddess Taia. T-A-I-I-A. And Taia is the goddess of creation, destruction, and mortal life and death.
It's really two ends of the spectrum, huh?
She encompasses all things that touch on mortal existence. That's what she is really known for.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, thank you. And all of the symbols on here, it shows, somebody dressed up in champion garb coming through, and it shows a great battle, and it shows Taia the whole time, or the symbol of Taia watching over the battle, and it shows all of the enemy soldiers defeated, and it shows the champion later on defeated, and then it shows the champion with Taia. But that's what your rolls kind of help you dictate, that Taia has overseen the champion in some way.
Man, this is really giving me like Skyward Sword flashbacks in a big way. I look at these images, and I am deeply moved by them. And I hold the lantern out. I keep looking at them.
Your lantern, by the way, once you walked into this room, the lantern went out. All you have is your candle.
Okay, so I still have the candle though.
Yeah.
Well, I use the candle to sort of look over these images, give them a really good one-over, and a wave of emotion overtakes me, and I immediately fall to one knee and ask for Taia's guidance.
We can use your same religion check for before. You feel a warm feeling come over you, like all of your blood seems to be pulsing, like an adrenaline surge, but you're not in a fight-or-flight situation. You just feel touched. That's all that really comes over you. You just feel like something has your back.
I look at Barrett and I tell him of my experience. I was like, there's some. I'm not a religious man, but what just happened?
You got touched. I could tell.
I've been touched in a good way.
But that was really just in that 10-foot hallway that led to the next room.
So the next room is it just a doorway? Is there a door leading to the next room?
There is no door. I just wanted to look up Barrett's goddess to see what she worshipped. There is no door. At the end of this hallway, it opens up into another room, another 20 by 20. Same general brick layout, same age, same dusty residue. And in this room, on the far wall, there are 4 doors. One door has a little symbol of a flame. The other one has 3 wavy lines. The other one has 3 vertical wavy lines. And the last one has like a mountain on it.
Like a triangle?
Yeah, but it shows like it looks like a mountain.
This reminds me of a movie.
You could read this. This is written in Thral-ste on a little podium in the middle of the room. Do not read what's below the line. Only what's
not the circle part. Right, not the circle part?
Correct.
Choice room.
Oh, you didn't have to read that either.
All born of life and yearn desire, be it earth, wind, water, or fire, you shall be treated of your caliper.
Tested.
Oh, I just read what I want to read. You shall be tested of your caliper. Champion, Tia guide you. It's Tia now.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and read that to you again.
I took allergy medicine. Don't have me read
All
shit.
born... No, you have to read everything. This is how I'm getting you to talk.
You should have told me this.
All born of life and yearn desire, be it earth, wind, water, or fire, you shall be tested of your caliber. Champions, Taia guide you.
I'm gonna call her Tia.
Well done, sir.
Miss Tia.
That even had a rhyme in it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Earth, Wind, Stone, Fire.
I just want to get one really good one out of you. Focus.
You have sideburns.
Barrett, what do you, I mean, it's a 25% chance either way we choose. What do you want to do? We're not going to split up.
I'm gonna roll for, I'm gonna roll to see if these are the sirens.
See if, what?
Sirens.
What sirens?
Not sirens?
I don't know what you're asking
Nymphs? I don't know.
You want to see if they're nymphs?
Yeah.
All you see are doors. Why don't you tell me what you would roll for to see if there's something behind the door?
Ooh, maybe we sidle up to each door and kind of put our ear up to it. See if there's any noticeable sound differences between them.
So you're putting your ear on the door to listen to see, because it's a heavy stone door. I mean, you can still try.
Oh, it's a stone door?
Yeah.
So I did that don't make no sense. I'm gonna roll for I don't know. You know in Donahay's fight, right? How there are doors, right? The arches.
Yeah, where you were able to see the world beyond it. Yeah.
Right. Can I kind of like, I don't know, it wouldn't be history. Like, I want to see if I'm familiar with, like, what would be beyond these doors, like an educated guess on what would be behind these doors from, like, past experiences of the Thral-ste. Thral-ste.
You can roll and add your Thral-ste knowledge to see if you've heard of anything like this.
17.
You are not aware of any time where the Thral-ste has worked with the champion of the Vishnanshire and Taya.
I'm gonna go wind. I'm going
Wind?
air. I'm going air.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna blow.
Because you
on
got
into it.
wings, you'll be able to fly about in the windy area.
So you're going up to the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna blow on it.
As you get closer to it, you feel a draft as if coming from the seams around it. When you blow on it, it doesn't seem to do anything.
What the hell?
What?
You're all like...
My head hurts.
When you blow on it, nothing really happens, but you could guess that it's the same from before. You have to hold your candle up to it.
What? So you hold up the candle and it opens?
Same way you open the other door.
Oh.
It's not the fifth element, Nikki.
Yeah. I know you just want to rip off movies, but...
You rip off What?
I'm waiting for you to tell me what you're doing.
I
You guys
just
are
told you.
standing... You blew on the door, nothing happened.
I just told you I was gonna put the thing on the door.
I too join her. We both add both of our candles to the door.
Okay. When you both hold your candles up to it, you see the light on the candle dim until you're in complete darkness. And then you feel a gusting whirlwind circling around you. You feel yourself being lifted off the ground, and your light starts to burn back bright, and the room illuminates, and you're no longer in the same room. You feel yourself being slowly dropped down, and as the entire space that surrounds you is illuminated, you are actually standing in a large outdoor area, floating on a yellow disc, suspended in the air above the clouds. In the distance, floating on another yellow disc, you see another stone door that is slowly orbiting and moving and drifting, and it is moving away from you at all times. And flying through the air, some towards the door, some away, are small wyverns flying back and forth. And they have taken notice of you.
Are they big enough for me to ride?
They would be big enough for you to ride, yes.
Barrett, you should pick me up and drop me on the back of one of these worms.
Keep in mind,
I'll sink my axe into one of them and then convince them to fly me to the next disc.
keep in mind, before you start to do this, that at the end of every flight, you have to land or you fall.
Ah.
No, it's fine. You'd have to time it in a way that he lands on something and you can land on something else.
What do you think of that plan, Barrett?
Sounds good.
What are you rolling for?
Athletics. Acrobatics, whatever the fuck you want. I'm picking him up and throwing him.
You're throwing him or you're flying with him?
Flying with him. I'm throwing him on my head.
Well, tell me what you're doing. This way I could
My
determine
head
the
hurts. What?
Alright. So you're throwing him, you're picking him up? What was your final decision?
Picking him up and tossing him onto whatever it is that he wants to go on.
Alright, so Barrett has decided to try to throw you onto a wyvern. You are each still holding your candle, and it is still lit. Alright, that's important, so remember that. He has thrown you through the air at a wyvern, and with enough force that you've actually crossed a considerable distance, and you are right on track. This wyvern, you get to him pretty much as his wings are on the down flap. So this is all up to you how you're going to try to land into this thing, catch it, impale it, whatever you're doing. Actually, you use a great axe.
Yeah.
A great axe is a two-handed weapon. While holding your candle, you won't be able to use it.
Well then, I leave a strap on my back and I got my little hunting knife. And as I'm falling towards it, I'm going to try and stab it somewhere in the shoulder and or upper back area.
You can make an attack roll.
And this is... Oh wait, this is an attack roll, so it's a d20?
Yeah.
I gotta be very gentle with this, because there's a crit, and if I shake it too much...
May I please have some? Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. You get him right in the back of the shoulder blade, in a position that does not wound his wing or flying ability, and you have a firm grip on there. From there, if you'd like, you are able to pull yourself up, and you won't need another roll since you just crit.
Yeah, I straddle him as if he were a flying horse, and try and lead him towards the other disc.
Oh, you can also roll for damage. Pretty much just roll a d4 since it's like a dagger, and just add your damage bonus.
Alright, 2 and... Should I use unarmed damage?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 14. I hope I don't kill this son of a bitch, Jesus.
You
went with a 14.
He is actually bloodied, and you can see that he is a bit weakened from that stab. He has noticed you there, and is actually fighting your guidance on where to maneuver. So it's a bit of a rocky flight, but you have a great grab on him. And we'll hold you...
Can I roll a dexterity check so I can grab him by the scruff of his neck and lead him
You can
where
do
I want him to go?
acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Mhm. Dexterity checks are from the older editions.
2.
Alright.
2 and... Oh, wait, I got a +2 on that from the armor I'm wearing, so 14, 16.
You rolled a 2 and you got a 16?
Well, it's with the stuff I'm wearing, I got a +2 added to my acrobatics.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It started with a 12.
Nice.
+2.
Okay. You're trying to pull him. He's still very much fighting you. And even though you're having like a zigzag motion, you are getting towards the door. But it is very difficult. Since he is now bloodied, he is fighting you more so.
How far is the door?
Door is approximately 200 feet. And it is slowly moving away. That is about 40 squares. And it is your move, Barrett.
I'm gonna fly onto whatever. I'm gonna fly onto one of the wings.
Are you trying to grab it to ride it?
Not grab it per se. But yeah, I guess so.
For your fly move, just so you understand how flight works in
I
this
understand.
case, all you have to do is touch down. You can gracefully land with toes and bounce off and fly your full speed again.
I'm aware.
Awesome.
I understood it.
Okay.
There's nothing I didn't understand.
Okay, so what exactly were you doing?
I was gonna fly to a wyvern if it was in 8 squares because my speed is 9.
There are some within 8.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab one.
And are you trying to mount it, or you're just touching down and moving on?
It would make more sense to just bounce off these guys.
It'd be quicker
Oh, that was
and less
fun.
dangerous. Like he's riding one right now, and it's risky.
But I'll just touch down on each one of them.
But you will be moving significantly quicker than him, so you'll be leaving him behind to his vices.
Since all you gotta do is touch down, you should touch down on the one that I'm on and rip me off of its back and then drop me on another one.
It would have been easier just for you to be on my, for me to carry you and do this.
It would have been,
yeah, it might be.
it would have been
I guess it is.
increasingly difficult for you, but it's up to you. Remember when you flew him up to look over the trees? You noticed how difficult it was to fly with him.
He's fat.
Yeah, well, I've had a healthy life.
And he
what
just
can I
had a
say?
big breakfast. He was talking about it. He's got a little extra weight.
No.
So what is your decision?
I immediately relieve my bowels off the back of his wing.
Oh my god. No, I'm just gonna go between all of them and just go to the door.
Okay, you could roll for acrobatics just to work on your balance for when you touch down. You are trying to land on moving wyverns.
16 and 9.
25.
Yep.
That is perfect.
Damn.
Good
These
deal.
wyverns flying through the sky, you're actually gracefully landing on one. You're already even with Palyus. And then you...
I'm gonna wait.
Do it.
Before I go, I'm gonna wink and then go to the next one.
Barrett minor action winks at you. And then takes off and is now 40 feet beyond you. Yeah, Barrett is clearing this like it's nobody's business with these wings.
Like a badass.
The wyvern that you are riding on lets out this yell, this like death yell, like "Ah!" I just want to roll this for a sec. About 5 of the nearby wyverns are flying in your direction, and of those 5, all of them have arrived this turn. They are
Oh, really?
they are flying above, below. They are circling around. One of them is going to make a quick slash with its claw at you. That's going to be a 39. I'm assuming that'll hit any one of your defenses. That one will deal you... Oh, sorry. 9 damage. This other one makes another quick slash with the claw. And this is going to be a 24 to your armor class. Does that hit?
I have 24. Damn it.
This one's going to deal you 16. This
Harsh.
This. Sometimes it's the luck of the dice, man.
Yeah, luck.
All of them are hitting you. This is a 31 to your armor class, another claw slash. This will deal you another 12.
Are you bloody?
I very well may be.
I have not rolled below a 15 against him yet. This is going to be a 33. Another 15 damage. You're watching this, right? Okay. And this one just tries to knock you off. And he rolls much lower. This is a 20 against your fortitude.
Fortitude, I have 22.
Okay. He just tried to kind of ram you while the other one was flying, and he couldn't really get between the wingspan. From these attacks...
I gotta do some math real quick.
Okay. And from those attacks, I would like you to make an acrobatics, just to see if any one of those may have thwarted your balance.
I gotta go help now.
It was actually all a matter of...
I am bloodied.
All of his attacks are basic attacks, so he gets a large plus to anything, whether it's a knife or a rock.
I roll a d20 for acrobatics, you said?
Yes, please.
Alright, I got 20.
Very nice. These things are slashing at you. You're taking some claw slashes, but you're holding on.
To say the least.
Yeah, you're holding on to the wyvern you're on. He is going to. What was your total? 20.
20.
He is trying to force his way in a different direction. He does not like being guided in one, and he actually got a 29. So he is actually muscling away, turning away from the trajectory you had. It is now your turn. Were you bloodied? I didn't hear what you said.
Yes, I'm bloodied.
No? Yeah.
Why do you want a high five?
Because I've never
DM.
played this game before, and this shit's getting intense.
You are riding on the first wyvern, and there are 5 other ones flying in your immediate vicinity.
I shout out to Barrett, damn, I'm in a tight spot! Let's see.
Told you you're gonna die.
Yeah, it's not looking good for old Palyus.
And don't forget, each one of you is still holding a candlestick.
You're a candlestick. You should put your candlestick away and fucking take out your...
Yeah, we don't know what taking away the candlestick does. Maybe if I handed it to you...
that wouldn't work because it was one per person. Remember?
It's true.
Let this light your path and it not die, or in this place you too shall lie.
Good deal. That means you're gonna die.
You're
Got it.
welcome.
Yeah,
You're
it's
welcome.
not looking good.
That's a merciful DM. No? Nobody's gonna give me anything? Alright, next time I won't read it.
Oh, wait. What is this thing? I remember seeing something. Alright, I have this thing called Backlash Tattoo. The first time I'm bloodied during an encounter, I can make a basic attack as an immediate reaction to any one of the rooms that were attacking me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I choose to attack the one who slashed me first. I got a 6 plus...
Do better.
Might be enough.
Just do better. 6
20.
plus 17.
That'll do.
4, 3, 23.
That'll hit. And then you could roll for damage. And keep in mind you're still using your butter knife, not your great axe.
Right.
Do better.
He's doing fine.
Oh! Gotta be ginger with this.
Oh, you're supposed to be rolling a d4. The d12.
Ah, damn it.
The d12 is for your great axe.
Well, let's see what this has to offer. A 3, so 15.
Haha! You have bloodied this one as well.
Huzzah!
When you bloody the wyvern, it
At
also...
this point, I want to take a super health potion.
You can. You still have that action remaining.
And that was 25 or 20?
25.
I love these bees.
You could also make an acrobatics to try to correct your trajectory since you are no longer on path towards the door.
That is exactly what I want to do, so 57. I'm no longer bloodied.
Nice job. When you have bloodied that other wyvern, it too lets out a yell.
Do better, Josh.
And 4 more have their interest peaked.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Of those 4, one of them was nearby.
So it would have been better if I just didn't attack.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, alright. What was the acrobatics check?
Yes, acrobatics, please.
I got an 18.
Okay. You are fighting it. He seems to be overpowering your grip. This wyvern is fighting for his life. Next up, Barrett.
How far am I away?
You have moved your full speed and have
You
landed...
remember hearing me shout, "Damn, I'm in a tight spot!"
You are approximately 40 feet away from
How many squares is that?
8.
Alright.
What's your speed?
9.
Yeah, so it'll take a move action to get to him, and then you could try to help him out if you want. Or you could just leave him, every man for himself, you know?
Nah. My characters are never like that. Alright.
I just read something about my action point. I could have killed that sumbitch.
And he never would have gotten to yell for those next 4.
Exactly. Damn it. I will remember that for next time.
Alright. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, of course.
Alright. I'm going to... The one that's readily in front of me, after I move my spaces, right? So there's Palyus on his wyvern, there's just like a bunch around him.
Yeah.
How many? 5, 6,
Hold on.
6?
He is on 1, and then there are currently 6 others. And 3
Jesus.
and 3 more on their way.
Alright. So I'm gonna hop on one of them. I'm gonna crane dance.
I would like to see an acrobatics before you begin this move. What's the total? Moving wyverns. It's not an easy challenge.
Alright, I have a base of 16. As long as I don't botch, I'm fucking
25.
golden.
No, that is not true.
That is true.
No, it is
That
not.
is true.
I have set the
16.
dice check. That is sufficient.
What's the dice check? I'm just curious.
22.
22?
And it does get more difficult if they are bloodied.
She doesn't land on a bloodied one.
No, I don't want to bloody one.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna crane dance.
I regret telling you that. You're not supposed to know that.
Alright.
Forget you told you that.
Hey, it's my first game. Let me get some
Alright.
inside tips for Saturday. That way we don't have to go through any of this bullshit.
This is not bullshit. This is constructive.
I can do it up to 4 creatures for crane dance.
Is it 4?
It is 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4 creatures.
I will need you. You know what? You will not need to make an acrobatics
You
check
wanna know
because
why?
you can fly that speed between.
I know. I know.
Oh! Things are happening!
Alright, first guy. 30 to his
That will hit.
reflex.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Plus I'm going to use Iron Soul Fury of Blows. That's 21. And it's an extra 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to knock him prone for the first guy.
That actually killed him.
Sweet. Alright, next one.
Okay.
That's a... I don't know, 19 and 14. I'm assuming that hits him.
That will hit.
Alright, 2D. Two. Eight. 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. 14 plus Fury of Blows. So 14 plus 3.
17.
He is bloody.
Alright, I'm gonna move to the next one. So that's so far 2.
And you have used both.
Yeah, so I can't use it for next one. It's gonna be 20, 27 to reflex.
That will hit.
10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 to the next guy.
He is bloodied.
And then I have one more, right? It's gonna be a 24 to reflex.
That will hit.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23.
He is also bloodied.
And I'm gonna shift and land on that last one.
Okay. We'll use your same acrobatics from before, so you don't have to re-roll it. Now, what was it that had knocked them prone? Or the first one?
Crane Dance knocked all of them prone, actually.
All of them prone?
Yeah, all of them prone.
Okay. One of the ones that you hit was killed and is free-falling in a bloody mess. The other 3 have lost their aerodynamics, if you will, and have started to fall.
Tell Josh what just the fuck happened.
You have to narrate what you just did.
Alright, so Barrett comes in, wings and all. He comes over. He's like, pop, pop,
Do you
pop,
shout
pop.
anything?
No, he's a quiet
come
monk.
on.
He's a quiet monk. He's like, pa 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 pa. Then he shifts to the next one. Pa 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 pa. Shifts to the next one. Pa 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 pa. Next one. Pa 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 pa. And then gracefully lands on that last one. And they're all just, they're not prone, so they're all just like, what the fuck, man? Yep. She just went down.
The 3 that he had bloodied have all yell out screams while they're falling.
How many worms are there?
There are probably hundreds flying around in the air in the distance.
I was trying to save you, bro.
I didn't realize there were that many.
That's how
Maybe you
he's
should
able
let
to
me
really...
die.
That's how he's really able to just fly onto anything. It's because there's enough wyverns flying around, and most of them don't really pay you any mind. From those 3 screams, another 10 have begun flying in. Of the 10, 3 were already immediately there. Okay, so now it's their turn. I just need to count and see how many wyverns are directly near you. The 3 that started to fall were able to regain their momentum but they are not up to you yet. They have caught their fall and are back on the incline. I'm gonna roll... I'm gonna say, Barrett, these 4 are against you. I'm gonna have 2 that are gonna hit.
You don't know that. Are they against armor class?
31.
Against armor class?
Yeah. For 10, 7, 17 damage. Palyus, these are going to be against your armor class. I have a 31, a 24, sorry, 25, and the rest are like 23, so I think only 2 are hitting you of these.
Yeah, only 2.
So 9 plus 12, 21. And one of them is trying that same ram move again. This is against your fortitude for a total of 28.
Shit. I have a 22 fortitude.
Alright, you can roll for acrobatics to try to retain your balance from his ram. You will have to beat a 28 to maintain your grip. That face makes me happy.
As well it should, DM. That is a mere 18. I'm 10 short.
Okay. When he rams you, you fall off your bloodied wyvern and begin to fall down towards those 3 that Barrett had knocked down. So there's 3 wyverns still slightly below you. And we are up to Barrett.
Alright, you know what Barrett's gonna do.
You've seen that happen.
Yep.
Palyus has fallen.
I'm acrobatics to go try and grab him. Like grab
I am
him
currently bloodied.
and grab him in such a way, and then kind of bounce off of the wyvern at the bottom.
This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. I'm gonna need an acrobatics and an athletics.
Alright. Alright, here goes acrobatics. 16 and 16.
That will suffice.
Okay, and then...
Athletics to catch that falling little halfling.
13 and 17.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
So how are you doing this?
I'm going to dive down from the wyvern I'm in. Diving. I'm going to grab Palyus and kind of do like the somersault so that I can, like this, onto the wyvern to bounce back up, to fly.
Okay. From the time when you first jump off the first wyvern, you feel incredibly acrobatic. You are like a bird with these wings.
Yep.
The second you catch Palyus, you feel sluggish. You feel like you do not have the same maneuverability. You land it, everything that you did works out well, but that is how you felt. It was incredibly draining for you to maneuver in the way holding him. Exponentially more difficult. But you did it. This time.
Huh.
You are both on this wyvern. And Palyus, it is your turn. You are on one wyvern with Barrett, and there are 2 other wyverns adjacent to you.
Should you drop me on this worm and allow me to try and do another, wrenching him towards the exit, or
whatever
should
you
I just
want to
let
do.
I should just let you carry me and we should run away. Or is that too difficult, do you think?
According to him, it is difficult, but I guess...
I just told you what you felt.
I felt sluggish.
Can I combine... Because I got this thing called... it's an at-will minor action. It's called Mobile Blade. And after I attack something, it pushes me away from what I attacked. So can I combine that with her jumping off the same worm? And that way we could sort of like double our distance away from this group of attacking worms?
Read the move for me.
Says, you assume the mobile blade stance until the stance ends. Whenever you hit an enemy with a basic attack using a weapon, you can move a number of squares up to your dex modifier +5 as a free action.
Wow. You can do it. Keep in mind the movement is to you, so you will be the equivalent of dragging Barrett, who's the reason why you'll be able to fly. So it will be difficult, and if Barrett cannot keep his grip, you will be thrown without him. You can do it. It sounds awesome.
What do you think?
I think I'll be able to keep my grip. That's what I think.
Yeah, let's do it. Alright, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta roll? It's an attack, so D20?
Yep, you're gonna be rolling attack rolls. Barrett's gonna be rolling everything else.
Alright.
Alright, come on, blue dice. Make me sweet love.
So do I add, what do I add? What am I adding to my roll?
It's your attack roll. So, for your character, I think it's a 17.
17, really?
That's right, because we got the +2 with the, yeah.
He has a +4 weapon.
So 17.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You don't have that weapon equipped. That's with your great axe.
Ah.
So you're going to be using your +11.
+11.
Yeah, big difference.
It's not as good as I thought it would be. It's 19.
That will miss.
What job? What fucking job?
It's the way of the dice. There's nothing I can do.
Bullshit.
You do still have an action point.
Action point. Hang on. Let's see what this action point does.
There's something that goes on with your action point in your pages somewhere. What? Ow! Stop it! I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna bite.
Action point. Oh! So this is what the action point says. Undaunted action. When you spend an action point to make an attack while you're bloodied, which I am, you roll 2 dice for one attack. For one attack rolled during the attack, and use either result.
And it's just for one attack?
It's for your action point.
Oh, it's just for that move? Okay. So that's awesome. If you want to try again, you'll get to roll 2 die.
2 D20s?
Yep. And pick whichever one you want to use.
The higher one, obviously.
And... Alright, I got a 18 plus 17.
No, +11.
Oh no, 11. 11, right?
Yeah.
Still a hit.
He has to roll
Yeah,
so
that's
high just to hit.
29.
That will hit. You can go ahead and roll damage on this one.
That's
I'm
a
still
big
really
12. Got close shit. 3 plus... 3 plus 12. 15.
Alright, you have killed that one. And you have been launched... How many squares is it? Something +5?
Is plus 5 to my dexterity. Where is it? Yeah, you can move a number of squares up to your dex modifier +5 as a free action.
And what's your dex modifier? Does it say it on that move? In parentheses, perhaps?
The dex modifier says, in parentheses says +5.
So it's... Oh, well then that's it. Then you can move up to 5 squares.
Shit, I'll take 5 squares.
That's awesome. Barrett?
Yeah.
You're holding on to Palyus, who has struck him with this butter knife, and is thrown 5 squares backwards. First thing I would need you to do is to roll athletics to retain your grip on him.
31.
That is sufficient. Next, I will need you to roll perception.
Do it, Barrett.
15.
And next... Oh, actually, you know what? Not yet. What you did not perceive, you held on to him in the thrust, and you were thrown backwards from this attack. And what you did not see coming was that you were thrown into the side of another wyvern. It does not count as like a landing. You are able to fly from midair because your forced movement was from Palyus. So you could roll acrobatics to try to position yourself onto another wyvern.
6, 7, 8, 28.
Alright, you are able to position yourself on a wyvern. You take 5 damage from flying into the side of one. Nice moves, guys.
I want to take a quick bathroom break. Hang on.
Alright.
Is it cold in here? Over here.
You're a bit warm. Breathing in too many toxic chemicals.
No, it's because this fucking lady this morning. She's like... I shook her hands.
Don't bring that home.
I swear, fucking Brooklyn is gross. Everything about it is just nasty. I'm gonna drink that energy stuff. The emergency stuff. Have to have fucking
Jesus.
We're just waiting for Nikki.
Shit's getting tight.
You guys are doing awesome. What are you talking about? Well,
I don't even know how close we are to the second disc where the door is constantly flying away from us.
yeah. Yeah, well, if you... Well, let me just write something here. You guys could both roll for perception, please.
$32.
Okay.
22.
Alright. You are both able to notice that the door has moved a considerable distance. You guys have been able to keep up for the most part, but it has pulled slightly away. And it has actually gone into a cloud that appears to be black and sparkly with bits of lightning.
Huh.
But yes, there are still wyverns flying essentially in all directions, all around. So even by that cloud, you do have a trajectory to get there. You see the door, and it does appear to disappear into the blackness. You can't see where it has gone from here, other than in this small looming cloud.
Man, we're in a tight spot.
You guys have probably managed to position yourself a little ways away from those original angry dragons. But 5 of them are still on your tail. And of those 5, 2 of them will attack Barrett, and neither of them will hit you. And 2 of them will attack Palyus. Oh, sorry, there was 5, so 1 more. 3 of them will attack Palyus, and all of them will miss this turn. So there are 5 wyverns flying around you guys, slashing with claws, chomping with teeth, and you guys are actually able to maneuver from this wyvern away from them, which I'm not happy about. But Barrett, it is your turn. And I would like for you to roll an endurance check, please.
Sure. 20?
These withered wings on your back feel a bit strained. You're still able to fly, but you do feel like it's taking a toll on you. AKA, the checks will be harder for you.
I understand that. Am I able to jump from Wyvern to Wyvern if I use acrobatics instead of my wings?
Yeah. You won't be able to cover as much ground, but it'll at least save your wings for emergency if that's what you're looking to do.
Yeah. And would it be harder for the checks if I had Palyus with me too? Like I had him.
Are you still going to be carrying him?
Yeah.
Yes. It will be incredibly difficult.
Alright.
The only reason you were really able to do it was because it was with your wings.
I was just curious.
Otherwise you're carrying a grown man while jumping.
But he's little.
Alright. That's why I'll let you try it. You know?
No. I know that Palyus is good with acrobatics, and I think he should probably follow my lead with bouncing off.
I intend to.
So I'm going to start bouncing off Wyverns to get towards that black looming cloud of ridiculousness.
Okay. Acrobatics it up.
It's going to be a 27.
That is awesome. You are moving at essentially your full speed, leaping over these wyverns, touching down, back, head, claw, wing. You're doing awesome. Are you attacking any of them in the process?
No,
or you're just...
I'm just trying to get where I need to go.
Alright. Palyus, we are up to you.
Alright, I use a regular potion, like a health potion, which is 10.
Yeah. That is correct.
Alright. And I follow Barrett's lead, trying to jump from Wyvern to Wyvern instead of attacking them like an idiot.
You can roll for acrobatics or athletics. Actually, I'm sorry, just acrobatics.
$19 and 14.
Wow.
30. Oh, 1 and 19, 14.
Your speed will be 7 for now. You are
1,
not running.
13. 33.
Okay, and what is your speed?
Speed is... It was upgraded last I checked. I have a 7.
That's awesome. You are right on Barrett's heels. Every time he leaves a wyvern, you are jumping onto it. You are right behind
so
him.
badass.
Yeah, you guys are doing awesome for this. You're closing some serious distance towards the cloud. One more check and you should be upon it. Right now, these 3 are attacking Palyus. Oh, come on, guys. My highest roll was a 22. Against your armor class.
Against my armor class?
Yeah.
And a 24.
What the hell is going on? Oh, actually 3 of them are on you. All 5 wyverns again. Slashing, clawing. You guys are moving too quick for these things to touch you. They are slashing, chomping, trying to ram you.
I'm gonna giggle at one of them.
We're using the 5 Ds of dodgeball, sir. Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
It works every time. It is back up to you guys, and if you roll well enough, you will be upon the cloud at the end of this movement.
Alright.
Do worse.
30.
Very good. You are hip, skipping, dive, duck, dip, diving, and dodging. Palyus, I would like for you to roll perception, please.
Perception. I got a 18.
Very good. You see one wyvern that's actually flying through, that's essentially between you and Barrett. So if you would have not seen this, you would have jumped right into it. But you have seen him. So it will be a bit more difficult if you wanted to keep on pace with Barrett, but it is not impossible. And you
so he's in the way instead of being able to lightly jump off of him?
Yes, but he is a little higher. So you'll have to jump higher to get onto him instead.
I continue on, trying to follow Barrett into the cloud.
Alright. Are you trying to jump on the higher one, or are you gonna leave a little bit of distance so he'll fly past you? He's crossing your path. So you could wait and make an acrobatics check, or you could jump off of him and make an athletics check.
I will try and jump off of him and go with athletics.
Very nice, and that will also keep your pace with Barrett, so go ahead.
Hey. Alright.
This is ridiculous. Fine.
Good job.
You land on him perfectly between the two shoulder blades and the beating of the wings. You launch off of him, and you are now immediately right behind Barrett, right where you left off. Perfect trajectory. Even though you lost line of sight, you put yourself right where you wanted to be. You are both pretty much on the cusp of entering this cloud. And again, the wyverns will attempt to harm you. That's better. Does a 28 hit you? Yeah, I think your armor class is 24. Alright, I'm gonna get 2 hits on you. And 2 31s on you. So 2 hits on each of you. First one will be against Palyus for 24. Second one is against Barrett for 22. Sorry, first and second were against Palyus. Third and fourth were against Barrett.
So I took 24 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still conscious, right?
Yes.
Okay. You guys have come on to the cusp of this cloud, and sitting in the center of it, that yellow disc with the door centered on top. It does not look like the wyverns are flying onto it. It is an open 20-foot jump from the wyvern you're on to this yellow disc. And there is only that black cloud between you.
Good deal, I'm jumping.
It will be an athletics check. Barrett has crit and has made this leaping jump, and in one broad stride of his legs has cleared the gap over the thunderous cloud. And when he makes this jump, if it was not as quick and graceful and swift as it was, you see little jolts of lightning that come up from the cloud and can't even catch up to him because he is faster than lightning.
Yeah.
And we are up to you, Sir Palyus, champion of the Vishnanshire.
Can I prepare my rope so in case I don't jump far enough I can toss it to Barrett and maybe he can catch it?
It's a little last minute, but we'll say that you can.
Alright, and I'm rolling for athletics?
Athletics. Athletics for a 1.
A 1, how dare you? I got a 25.
Okay. You leap over these little jolts of lightning. You feel them tingle on your legs a little bit. Your hair sticks up. Pretty much by the time you land on the disc, though unscathed, every piece of hair on your body it's totally erect.
I am a very hairy individual. A lot of hair standing up on end.
Yes.
Barrett's laughing at him.
He looks ridiculous. He is a fuzzy halfling.
You know what, Barrett's just gonna point and laugh, roll on the floor a little bit.
Feel free, I deserve it.
And you are standing on the yellow disc with the door.
We immediately run to the door and place both of our candles against it.
Go, just go, go, go!
You rush your candles before it, the door shakes, slides open, and you are pulled into it in the same manner, like a vacuum of wind thrusts you out, and you are again standing in another stone room. This one does not appear to have I'm sorry. It does have an exit that when you look out, you actually see that podium. So this is actually just the entrance to that wind door led to this room. The next room that you're in has another podium. And this room has another 4 doors. Actually, you know what? I don't like this door. It has 3 doors. Barrett, you can approach that podium, and it has something written in it. Just everything above that line, please.
There's pictures on the bottom one.
That's what... Don't worry about it. I'll describe that to you.
Why can't you fucking write more legibly? What does that word say? Maker?
Makers.
That's an M?
Yes.
Not all the maker's things are born of life. In the darkness of the night,
Bear.
bear the mothers cry, the father's scorn. May faith guide you. You gotta write not so fast.
Mother's cry and the father's sworn?
Scorn.
Scorn.
Like,
okay. Yeah, no good.
On these 3 doors, there is a symbol with also Thral-ste writing. On the door to the far left, there is a crescent moon. And written in Thral-ste, should Barrett decide to tell you, it reads...
the nocturnal hunter? Fuck that!
On the middle door, there is an etching of a human skull, with a jaw partially broken off on one side. And it reads in Thral-ste, should Barrett decide to tell you...
the mad killer? Fuck that!
And on the door to the far right...
I would prefer this one over all of them, by the way.
The door to the far right is a hand with a claw, with clawed fingers, and the hand itself looks withered, and you can see the veins pulsing through it, and the hand is holding an eye that is bloodshot and also withered. And it reads in Thral-ste, again, should Barrett decide to tell you...
the decay. He said it all essentially.
Well, since we're safely in this room and haven't chosen a door yet, I suggest that,
yeah, I'm gonna use some healing surges.
Use a couple healing surges.
I'm gonna give you guys a round of applause, because I thought you guys were gonna keep going and die.
Are you kidding me?
I'm just saying, you guys were bloodied for a while. I thought you guys were just gonna pick a door. I'm proud of you.
I was bloodied twice in that encounter.
Oh, it's the evolution of dance right here. Alright.
So, I have 11 surges.
I don't want to go to any of those doors. Is there another way to do something else?
You could...
I know, they all sound really shitty.
They all sound really awful.
The mad killer, the decay.
Did you guys hear the whole the writing before that? Come on, it says, you know, not all makers' things are born of life. And in the darkness of the night, bear the mother's cry, the father's scorn. What do you think this was going to be? Teddy bear room or the lollipop room?
Oh,
Yeah, but that doesn't give us
asshole.
any hints as to how to defeat these people.
No, I suppose it doesn't. Well, the biggest hint is may faith guide you.
Oh! Well, I use, how many surges can I use?
As many as you want.
I use 3 of my 11.
Are you back at full health?
I am at, not full health, but just 2 hit points below.
Barrett's gonna pray.
I, too, am going to pray to, Tayaya.
Let's pray to my person.
And who is your person?
Melanora.
Eleonora, very good.
Melanora.
Alright, you can roll religion, Palyus. And Barrett, you rolled religion, what is that total?
6 and 16, so that's gonna be 22. 22.
22. Okay.
Religion, you said?
Religion.
I had a 21.
Very nice, guys.
And I cry out to Taya, Please, allow your light to guide me.
The god
so
that
I can
you,
make it back to my home.
the goddess that you started praying to 20 minutes ago.
Damn right, I had a very emotional experience 20 minutes ago.
All right. You also do feel that warm presence. You do have a distinctive advantage since you are the champion. But you feel it as well. Because Melanora? Melanora has been the goddess that you've been praying to, we'll say, since your monkhood.
Baladesh, Melanora.
And you are standing before the 3 doors. 5 minutes later, you've finished your, your snacks. You've cracked into a Slim Jim. You're healed up.
Oh yeah!
You have finished your prayers.
So what am I feeling? This warm presence that tells me nothing?
It has not yet guided you towards any of the doors.
I'm gonna meditate.
Okay.
Should I roll for perception? Insight?
Just tell me what you're looking for.
An answer?
I'm not one who will ever tell you that you can't do that, so you can.
Should I be rolling for something?
If you think you should.
I want to roll for insight. 19.
You are looking for an answer, and nothing is coming to you.
Thanks for wasting my time.
I drop down to both knees and close my eyes and allow Taya to guide me. What should I roll?
You want her to guide you to a door?
I'm allowing Faith to guide me, yes.
Okay. If each of you could just tell me the skills you're trained in.
Acrobatics, athletics, diplomacy, endurance, and perception.
I am trained in athletics, strength, endurance, constitution, intimidate, and charisma.
It's just the first one. Charisma is like where the skill check comes from.
Oh, okay. So
I got
athletics, endurance, and intimidate.
Barrett, you are guided away from the Mad Killer.
No Mad Killer, bro.
You know that you should not go into there. Palyus, I just need to look at this again. There is no preference on the door for you. You are not guided towards or away any of the doors.
Alright, should we just flip a coin? Which one? What was left? Decay and the Crescent Moon?
Yes, the Crescent Moon was the Nocturnal Hunter, and the Decay was the Hand with the Eye. Excuse you.
I was just looking at the pictures you drew.
Okay.
No, I wasn't reading it.
Can I hold my candle up and motion them towards each door and see if maybe the flame flickers?
So you're going from the left door to the right door, and you're just holding the candle out to see which one does anything?
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume if the flame flickers brighter, that would be a positive thing. If it dims, that's more negative.
Okay. You're going past, and the flames don't seem to flicker in any direction or another, other than the movement through the air. But from waving the candle in front of the doors, one of them has activated on its own from the waving of the candle, and pulls you alone in. It is the Nocturnal Hunter. You have seen the door rumble in front of him. It has slid open, and he is pulled in, and you hear a howling from inside as he is sucked into that door, and it rumbles and slides closed again behind him.
Still not good.
It's 10 o'clock. This is gonna be a long fight.
No. I'm not stopping you.
That's neither good nor
Well, I
bad.
can stop here. just seems to be a long fight.
It is not going to be a long... You will either be dead or win quickly.
She can't follow me?
She hasn't tried. Where you have landed...
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. Palyus, since you had gone in first, you're holding your candle, and when you were sucked in, you see yourself free-falling. And you're falling from a night sky, and this... You're hundreds of feet in the air, plummeting down, wind flying past you, not even flickering the candle. And you're heading towards this island, and it's long and kidney-shaped, but like a long kidney shape, covered in dense woodland. And on the northmost tip of the island, which is the opposite of where you are, you're ending on the south side. On the northmost tip, you see on the top of a large plateau, you can see the golden disc with the door in your free fall. While you're falling, you break through the clouds at one point, and this whole drop, you hear that same long howl. And as you get down, lower and lower, it gets louder and louder until you feel it shaking in the muscle of your body. And just as you're about to smash into the ground, the yellow disc appears and gently catches you like a trampoline and drops you face first on the ground, taking no damage. A few seconds after you, the same thing happens with Barrett, and he lands next to you as well. Barrett, you have seen and heard all of the things I have described to you, and you are both at the southmost end of this kidney-shaped island with a howling in the woods. It is a very dense forest, and in all of the trees you could see some movement with the flickering of eyes, as well as vines lowly hanging. This is not the music I wanted. That's better. And you are standing on this coastland, because this island is surrounded by water. So you could hear the beating of the waves on these rocks. Even the water seems unfriendly. Where you're standing on the coast, there is actually a horseshoe crab slowly going past you.
Don't kill the crab. We don't want to make any our presence known. I'm sorry I waved my candle in front of the doors like an asshole.
All your fault.
I was hoping that it would have activated the mad killer.
I would have not gone in after you. Oh, this is a puppy.
Such a little puppy. Whoa, that's a big puppy.
And you could each roll perception, please.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Sorry, Josh, I crit. You don't have to even roll.
22.
This howl sounds slightly closer. This is what Barrett notices. Your roll actually wasn't high enough. You notice that howl is slightly louder than the one that you heard when you first touched down. And you see all these little creatures with their eyes, and you can actually make them out just from your perception check here, even though it's fairly dark.
Crit.
The moonlight illuminates enough. And you can see these are actually some types of baboons that are up in the trees. They're scurrying around. They don't look like they're gonna attack you per se, but they do look curious that you're here. And when they hear the howl, you see some of them start to scurry away in the other direction. A couple of them are still just looking at you. But for Palyus, you just see the eyes flickering from the moonlight and the tree branch.
I'm gonna tell Palyus what I saw.
Okay. Are you telling him about the howl as well?
Yep. I'm gonna say we should probably get going to that disc.
Yeah, post-haste. Is there any chance that I could equip my axe and not have any ill effect by not holding onto the candle?
Where are you going to put the candle?
In a satchel or in my pocket. It'll still be on my person, but I just won't be holding it.
Okay. I mean, it is an open flame, so if you put it in your pack or in your pocket, you do stand to risk lighting yourself on fire. But,
I cinch it into my headband so it sticks up off of my head.
Alright. That's actually a really good idea. You could roll Dungeoneering. I just want to see how tight it's in there.
I'm gonna assist. 17.
Okay.
An 8.
An 8 total?
Yeah.
Whenever you roll to assist, your assist is treated as a pass or fail. If it's a pass, it gives him a bonus. If it's a fail, it takes away from him.
I know.
You have it tied to your head. You feel like it's secure enough, and Barrett agrees.
I immediately chop off 3 feet of rope and cinch it down tight against my head as best I can.
Okay, we're going to use your same Dungeoneering roll. You feel like it's tight on there, because you felt it was tight on there the first time. And Barrett agreed. And still does.
Okay. I equipped my two-handed great axe.
What I'm also going to say, while you notice, while you're tying it on, you both do take notice that your candle, the stick, has burned down about halfway. Since you've started your adventure here. But yeah, it is tied to your head, and you can now use your great axe.
Alright, let's venture into the woods. Let's get out of here as quickly as possible.
Okay.
With post-haste.
So you guys are running through the woods? What are you doing?
Run into the woods. Stealthily.
Yes, stealthily. Very stealthily.
You could roll for stealth.
24.
26.
24 and 26? Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Okay. You guys are being fairly quiet. It doesn't look like any of the baboons were really able to find you anymore. So for the most part, they're not giving you any issues. At one point, you guys even come across a jaguar that is prowling around in the night and has not seen you.
That's good.
Yeah. So you guys are moving fairly stealthily. And as you're passing this jaguar, you again hear that howl. And the jaguar quickly turns and runs away. If you'd like to roll perception again, I could hopefully give you a distance.
Oh!
21.
What is up with this? It's getting ridiculous. Yeah, I see. You crit. Great for you.
Hey, I just gotta show it to you, alright?
This howl sounds even closer than the last one. If you would like to roll nature, you could try to identify what sort of beast it might be.
I don't know.
You don't have to. It's just...
Holy shit!
12.
Did you even roll it? Roll it again.
I rolled it!
Fine, you rolled it. You could gather that it is actually a very rare creature that you've actually only heard of. You never actually encountered one, because they're actually something of myth. But you've heard of it, and you've heard about this howl and the bass and the treble of it. And you can identify it as being a creature that's thought to be extinct, the great white wolf.
Is it similar to a werewolf?
If it was compared to a werewolf, it would be considered the father of all werewolves.
Ooh, an alpha.
Not good.
Actually, most of the stories that you could relate to with the Great White Wolf are actually to a deity. And if you roll religion, I can tell you the story of said deity, if you can roll a 22.
No. 16.
14.
You know it's related to some deity, you don't remember who, but Great White Wolf, something to be scared of. And it is now closer. At this point, your most direct route would be to continue up this this little stream that seems to wind in and out, but it is in a bit of an open clearing between these woodlands. Like there's a 15-foot opening where the stream kind of twists. If you wanted to try to stealth through the woods, you could still do that. You could try to go up the stream. Entirely up to you.
That's the most direct route?
Woods.
Yes.
The open area is the most direct?
Most direct. Think out loud. Help Palyus out. Come on. Conspire.
I think we should go most direct. I think that we should just get out of here as soon as possible.
As fast as humanly possible, or as halflingly possible.
Are you guys still trying to be sneaky about it?
Well, we're in an open area. There's really no point.
So are you at an all-out run?
Yeah, we're running balls out.
Okay. Along this route, along the stream, most of this is covered in rock, which, since it's already wet, is a bit slippery. You could roll acrobatics just to make sure you don't fall and, like, bust your face on the rocks. Some of it is a bit sharp. Some of the boulders are a bit large.
20.
20.
Those will both suffice. You're moving at what is slightly less than your max speed. You are at an all-out run, but it's difficult to keep the balance on the slippery rocks by the stream.
Excuse me.
You could both roll perception again, please. What is up with this blue dice? I want that blue dice. Have you rolled anything
30.
below like a 10?
I botched like twice.
I didn't see it.
There's over stupid things, but still.
Hang on, I would like to,
30.
I'm gonna use, I have elven boots that, gain a +2 power bonus to speed and stealth checks until the end of my turn.
Okay. So you're gonna leave Barrett a little bit behind?
No, I don't want to do that.
Barrett would say...
We continue running at the same pace, full clip.
Barrett would say, I'm gonna pick up Palyus, and I'm gonna run. Okay, you're sticking at the same pace. You rolled perception already?
Oh, let me roll. $18.
Okay, Palyus, you don't notice what I'm about to say. Barrett, the howling has kind of ceased. You haven't heard a howl in a while. But Barrett, you can actually hear the heavy pounding of paws on earth at an all-out sprint. And you can hear it in the distance. The snapping of twigs, the rustling of leaves, light movement of branches from the wind of this animal's movement. And you could gather that this thing is aware of your position and is hunting you.
How far are we now from the door?
You still don't even see it yet.
I'm gonna tell Palyus about this.
Palyus, Barrett has just informed you of the heavy pounding of a wolf's giant stride. Actually, let me put on a different one. We listened to this one already. And it is still on you guys. You can continue up this streamlined path, or you can cut into the woods. It is up to you. He's looking to you.
What do you think? Should we continue running as fast as we can, or do we try and get some sort of stance ready to fight?
Well, he's clearly faster than us. And he already knows what we're here, so maybe we should duck into the woods, maybe get some combat advantage.
Alright.
We should run. Quietly.
We're running.
Quietly.
Can you pick me up? Can we clear more ground if you pick me up and we try and, hop? As far as we know, this is a land-based animal.
All out run, not quietly.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright. We're just gonna run.
Okay. Are you sticking with this stream path, the direct path, or you're gonna cut into the woods and try to maneuver in some way? No, that's all I'm happy with.
No, I think we should just quickly just go to the door as quickly as possible.
Alright, if you're continuing up the stream path, you can roll for acrobatics.
I need my dice!
I don't care. Roll a different one.
No.
At 18.
I got 24.
Okay. Barrett, you're doing great. You've actually pulled a little bit ahead of Palyus. Palyus, you're sliding a little bit. There's a couple of times where you kind of slip and you catch yourself and keep going. At this point, Barrett, you're about 10 to 15 feet ahead of Palyus. You could each roll perception again.
$19.
Well.
Okay. Barrett, you were the only one that heard it before, but you do not hear the beast.
Alright, I'm gonna keep running.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on my my boots and get the +2 advantage.
Well, you already had them on, right?
I guess. I mean, it's just... I was just reading off the sheet, that's all.
Were those the champion boots?
Do I have the sheet? Where's that?
I would assume
right.
you had them on. The only time you don't really leave them equipped is if maybe you have a separate set of boots that you put on for, whatever occasion. But, yeah, we'll just say that you already have them on. You don't have to stop to equip them.
Okay.
So you just really pick up your pace, and, you're essentially going to be catching up to Barrett. I would like for you both to make, you know what, not even yet. Where you're coming up to, it looks like this stream actually drops off as a small chasm between the break in this island, and it goes down to a waterfall. On the same side, opposite of this chasm, is a waterfall coming from the other way. So you can gather at one time this was just a smooth flowing stream, and the land must have split apart to create this 20-foot chasm, where the water is coming down. The drop is about 60 feet down into water, but there are some jagged rocks sticking out.
Barrett, you think we could hop, skip, and jump?
I'm thinking so.
Barrett could fly.
I'm thinking so.
Pick me up, my friend.
How far is it?
20 feet.
I'll be able to jump no problem, right?
Not no problem, but you could jump it. It's 20 feet.
Would I be able to jump it?
You could also jump it. It's a difficult jump, but it's possible.
And this is acrobatics?
This is athletics.
Athletics? Alright, I'm gonna try. Worst case scenario, I can just slide over. It's not really much for me.
Should I roll for athletics?
Barrett already jumped.
Alright, I'm rolling.
20.
Okay, you jump for it. You actually just miss it, and you end up coming onto the edge of it.
Fine.
But you're able to pull yourself up. It just slowed you down.
Cool deal.
28.
Beautiful. You are jumping right behind Barrett. You see Barrett end up like coming a little short, revving onto the edge. You have over-cleared this jump by a couple of feet. So you're
I
there.
turn around and lift Barrett up off the edge as quickly as humanly possible.
That's really nice. That's actually going to help you guys out in terms of just recovery time. You could each roll perception again.
It's like I crit when it doesn't matter.
Oh, wait,
I
man.
had an 18.
You don't notice this. Barrett, in the faint, shimmering distance... You could listen.
I know.
Because he's going to tell you right away anyway. In the distance from the stream you had just jumped from, you hear a single splash. As if something had broken the surface of the water. And when you look, you can kind of track where the splash had come from, and you see a very large shadow, a blur, getting slowly larger as it appears to be coming closer. And in the center of this, you see two shimmering, blue, glowing eyes.
Time to go. Time to go, let's go.
And even from this distance, you make eye contact with this creature, and you feel an entire sense of dread come over you. Like a history of 1,000 lives and 1,000 souls has just rushed through your body. And well, it dawns upon you that you should leave. This is not something you would like to meet.
Time to go.
We're going.
Time to go.
Okay. You continue it this way. There is that stream to follow still, and it actually just has like jagged rock on each side. So at this point, you're going to be forced to really go into the woods on either side. You know that the plateau with the door is in the center, so you're not positive which side is going to be quicker than the other, or what really awaits you on either side. If you roll for nature, I might be able to give you a hint.
Nope.
I got a 20.
Okay. Palyus, you could see on the right side that on some of the greenery, it looks very freshly grown, and it looks very nurtured. It looks like it has a lot of nutrients. And on some of the rock, you can actually see a bit of black, burned sediment, implying that maybe on this side, it was recently burned or scorched in some way. On the
Perhaps by a golden disc.
Anything's possible. Your character wouldn't really have experience per se with volcanic activity, but we'll say that you've at least studied maybe slash and burn farming enough to know that there was definitely some sort of natural instance here that would have occurred. On the opposite side, you actually see some animal tracks, you see feathers, so you can gather that there's wildlife that lives on this side.
Wildlife. Slash and burning farming techniques.
I'm gonna go with nature for 200.
Stay away from the burning side? Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You run down the animal path. The more settled with wildlife side. And along here you could see a lot of birds' nests in the trees. You actually come across on this run, and there is a peacock with its back feathers opened up, kind of blocking your path.
That's strange. I'm gonna jump over it.
Okay.
Like acrobatics over it.
Yeah, that's fine. You can roll acrobatics. It's not like it was blocking your path on purpose. It just happened to be there.
I ask if this is Taea before we keep running.
Are you Xing that of the peacock?
The peacock.
Okay. You could, you don't even have to roll for it. The feathers on the back. The feathers on the back rotate, and all of those eyes that you see actually blink on the feathers.
Good call.
And the peacock turns and tilts its head at you. And it doesn't move its beak. You don't actually hear it. But in your head, there's a voice, and it very softly says, "Don't stop running. Keep moving."
We keep running full clip as fast as possible.
Okay. Barrett had already jumped over it, so he didn't see that. That'll be your little secret. You are coming up to this plateau. You have cleared the woodland, there's a small open plain, and there is a large ridge that it looks like you will have to climb to get up to this plateau.
Before I leave the peacock, I think
okay. She doesn't say anything back to you.
Alright, we keep running.
Alright, you have arrived at said plateau. Or ridge, rather. And up above this ridge, you can see the most large full moon you have ever seen in your life.
Sounds about right.
Oh, Jesus, are you kidding me?
It's almost as if you could reach up and touch it. But you can't. It's too high, it's a moon.
I try and lasso the moon.
Oh my god.
That's gonna take
I'm kidding.
No, you already said it. You already rolled.
Say what?
It's probably a crit. You got the moon. Just kidding.
I got the moon.
So you guys are at the base of the ridge. Oh, I thought for a second you had climbing gear, but that was Achilles. Okay. You're at the base of the mountain. It is approximately a 60-foot climb.
Are there ledges out that I could possibly touch at my toes?
There is no clear horizontal ledge. You feel like you may be able to land a bit on the slope, but it will be, you know, you'll risk slipping. It's going to be tough.
I will climbing be tougher?
Yes.
Alright, well,
for you.
Oh, I'm going to do the first one then.
Okay, you can just roll for acrobatics. I just want to make sure you keep your footing.
And you take one end of the rope with you.
I'll take one end of the rope with me.
Okay.
We have 100 foot of rope.
16 and 9.
Okay. 25 then. Damn, you're really acrobatic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you jump up. You manage to land with the tip of your toe holding the rope. Let's see, that is 35 feet. And then you can make another acrobatics. This is for your second way here.
21.
Okay. You're at the top of the plateau holding... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Yours is only a 50-foot rope.
I'll tie my rope to it.
No, I have two of them.
They weren't already tied together, though, and he already flew up with a 50-foot rope after I told you it was 60 feet. So,
Damn.
Which one of you is letting go of the rope?
Let go of the rope.
I let go of the rope, yeah. I'm not
gonna
gonna drag her down with me.
I'm gonna tie my rope to his rope.
Okay, so you start tying it off. Just roll for dungeoneering on the sanctity of said thing. Very good. Okay. The rope is tied off. Palyus, you could roll for perception.
Just hurry up.
Oh, Jesus. With all haste, by the way. Perception. 23.
Okay. You feel like at some point during this all-out run, the rope on your head had gotten a little loose, and it's just dawned on you now. You feel and your candle is not there. You also look back after just realizing it, and you see those piercing blue eyes peering out from the break in the woods.
Hurry the fuck up, motherfucker.
As the rope drops back down next to you.
So there's no hope for me finding this candle?
You could guess that you must have lost it somewhere in the woods at least.
Ha. Well, I climbed the rope. I can't fight this guy.
Okay, you could roll for athletics. You don't have to. We'll say that you're stable enough.
She's pulling me as I'm climbing.
Okay, we'll use that.
20.
Okay. You're about halfway up. So you're about at the 30 foot way. And at this point, even just peeking back down, you could see this wolf, who stands about 12 feet tall. And he looks up, and as you glimpse back, once you make eye contact again, you feel so much dread come over you, like the feeling of a mouse who's been caught by a cat. And this giant wolf starts to put his front paws up on the rock, and is going to make an attack against your reflex. It's actually not that good. 22.
Are you kidding? I have 21.
Okay. He put his front paws up. He makes a quick chomp at you. It's going to hurt. Maybe not that much. It's going to be 20 damage.
It's still a lot.
He has picked you off the rope. You could still be holding on to it. He has put you in his mouth and shakes his head quickly. As you are thrown from his mouth, you can make an athletics check to retain holding the rope.
$22.
What is it?
12 and 15, 22.
Okay.
Oh, wait. 27. I'm adding wrong. Jesus.
Okay. You have managed to hold on to the rope after he has thrown you. It acts almost like a pendulum. It swings you to the side and brings you right back to hit into the rocks. You're going to take another 5 damage, but you are still holding the rope. Barrett, I would like for you to roll perception, please.
I'm still climbing.
13 and 13.
I would hope so.
26.
Okay, you're holding the rope, you're still helping Palyus climb, and at the break in the woods, you can actually see the moonlight shimmering off of the glow of that peacock's feathers. And even though it's still about 50 feet away and it is kind of dark, you see the peacock with that wide open fan, and it has a candle in its mouth and puts it down at the base of the woods. And then you see it turn and walk back in.
That's nice.
But yes, it is your turn, Barrett. You are holding the rope, assisting his climb.
I'm going to fly up while pulling, just to gain more height, I guess.
Athletics, genius. Very well done.
5, 6, 7, 18.
Okay. You throw yourself up, and pulling his weight seems a bit too much. You don't get as much height as you should. You can roll for acrobatics just to see if it's maybe enough that you can get yourself the rest of the way. Looking for an 18.
30.
Woo!
That's awesome. Barrett flies up, not anywhere near as well as he normally does, but it is enough for you to tumble with the momentum, and you are standing atop the plateau.
I'm going to point at the candle. As I'm gasping for breath.
Which is back down at the base of the woodlands beyond the clearing on the opposite side of the wolf.
Oh, it's down there? Oh, that doesn't help us.
Not at all.
I thought it was like up on top of the plateau.
No. Essentially, you must have dropped it in the woods, and the peacock brought it out. So in the distance, at the base of the woods, you see this candle, which even just the candle that Barrett's been holding, you could see it's about 3/4 of the way burned away.
Through the door.
Hang on. Before we go to the door, we both grab onto the same candle and see what happens.
Okay. You approach the door, both of you holding the same candle. You wave it in front. The door shakes open, and Palyus, you are pushed back away from the door as Barrett is sucked in. And the door shakes back closed.
Sounds like I'm dead. So.
Barrett could have just, like, flown and picked up the candle.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Damn. So I need this candle.
I'm going to bed.
She doesn't want to see me die.
Maybe you won't.
Oh, come on.
No, I see his face just now. You should pray.
Yeah, I immediately pray to Taya. With all earnestness.
Okay, you could roll for religion.
Please, I require your help. I give my life to your will.
And how are you saying this? Are you just like calmly whispering it from the plateau top?
No, I shout it as if I'm shouting from the rooftops. And I drop to both knees and tears are actively flowing from my face.
Oh, that's really
Never
nice.
see a boy again.
You could roll for religion again. Or for the first time, rather.
$20.
20. Alright. At this point, the wolf has scaled to the top, and his front paws have just landed on the plateau, with this giant white wolf head leering over the peak down at you, on your knees, with tears in your face. And he is snarling. His gums are pulled far back. His teeth are showing. There is foam dripping out. And in his eyes again, and I have to stress his eyes because there is the blue with shades of gray reflecting eternity in his eyes. And as you finish your prayer of desperation, coming up from between his paws, a quick glide and a large open tail feather is the peacock, holding your candle in its beak. And the wolf sees the peacock fly up, and in a single chomp has swallowed or torn the peacock, and the candle flies forward towards you and rolls slowly to your knees as the wolf finishes chomping on the peacock and tilts his head back to swallow in one mighty gulp. And as you pick up the candle that is at your knees, a single peacock feather glides down in the air and lands right next to you.
I grab both the peacock feather and the candle and run with all haste to the door.
You get to the door just as the wolf is sliding and scraping to climb up. You wave your candle and it sucks you in, and you are standing next to Barrett in the next room, where the door that you had come through was the nocturnal hunter, now open. In this room, well, you're with Barrett. I don't know if you guys want to talk about what just happened.
I fall prone to the ground and bawl my eyes out after witnessing a deity die.
Are you gonna give him anything for that?
I am inconsolable at this moment.
I'm gonna pat his head. It's okay.
Oh.
And I hold the single feather up, and I also swear complete fealty to this deity. and then tuck it into my chest armor.
Oh, that's really nice. You could write that in your inventory, that you have the plume of Taya. You're just patting his head and saying it'll be okay.
I'm having a tough time.
So a goddess died for you. How do you feel about that? Or may have died
I
for
don't
you?
feel good. Not at all.
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, a lot of blood on your hands, really. Yeah. In this next room,
Does Barrett know anything more about Taya? Anything about maybe what the peacock represents, or just any sort of side knowledge?
Barrett is also not trained in religion, so he does not know anything more about Taya. In this room, now with your candles almost completely burned out, there is barely a wick left. There is one door, no podium, and on the door it says in Thral-ste, number 4.
What is that first word? Taking?
Taking all.
Taking all of the light and dark. Is you may crossed out?
Yeah, and it's inside you. He can't hear you, by the way.
Taking all of light and dark inside you.
His character is sobbing uncontrollably.
What have I done?
It is kind of beautiful at the same time.
Are you done crying?
Yes, I'm willing to listen.
I'm just gonna read this to myself and not tell him.
Okay, can you still read it out loud though, for microphone purposes?
No. I'm gonna mute Josh.
Come on, Barrett, come on.
Taking all of the light and dark inside you does a champion spark. Behold your heart and keep faith. Be true, your soul, keep faith.
And as he reads those words, both of your candles burn out, and the final door shakes and rumbles open, and inside there is a natural light that, as if just a room, is glowing and illuminating. And in here, you could see on the far wall is just stacks and stacks of books, like a library shelf in this room. And as you even start to enter the doorway, a figure steps out, and it is none other than John Milton.
What?
Yeah. And he's holding a book that he's reading when you come in, and he closes it as you enter. Palyus, the champion of the Vishnenshire. I can't say I'm surprised. I always figured it would be you.
I have no words. I am absolutely speechless.
And you're Barrett. Am I right?
Yep.
Yes. I don't know if we've ever been formally introduced. John Milton.
You're not alive anymore.
That's right.
This is strange.
I am dead. I am only immortalized here in the Den of the Champion, as are any champion when they are slain. Someday this too shall be your resting place, here, in the tome of memories of the champion. At such time as you pass, this will become your home, and I will become immortalized into the library and memory of former champions as well, just as my father before me. Unfortunately, since you've both come here, I do have a request to make of you. That the secrecy of this place can never, ever be allowed to meet the light of day. goes over to a corner in the room, and there's actually a skeleton on the corner. And you can tell that it's a woman just from the clothes that are in it. It's very, very old. It's just bones and dust. This is my mother. When my father had passed away, she would come down here every day to speak with him, until eventually she wouldn't leave to go eat, to sleep. She died right there, and my father watched her die, because as a spirit he could do nothing to stop her. My wife does not know of this place, and she would suffer the same fate. So do not allow anyone ever to know of this place. And it will be a...
I pull out the feather and show it to John Milton.
He goes to reach for it, but his hand goes right through it. I'm still new to this. That looks divine to me. As a spirit, things look slightly different. Is that of a god?
It is the last surviving plume of Taya. She sacrificed herself so that I could live.
Taya. That's interesting. He goes over to his bookshelf, which seems to be the only thing he could actually interact with, and it is the entire wall filled with books. He goes over and he picks one out. Taya. She's the goddess of mortality, of creation and destruction, of life and death, and he's reading through, and he closes the book. She is not dead. In fact, any time she would die, she would simply be reborn. She is the goddess of the cycle of life and death. I would keep that, Palyus. That would definitely be some kind of... well...
I have it on. Yeah, I'll give you a call back real quick. I love you. Sorry, that was my wife. I can't let her go voicemail. That ain't happening.
That's alright. Keep that plume. That would definitely be a very rare magic that an adventurer and a champion would, I'm sure, like to have on his side. I'm sure that that would even work in a way for you to communicate directly to Taya.
It's heavy. Is there anything more you can tell me about this plume?
I'd say you could just take one of these books. This book is entirely on Taya, and he goes to reach it out to you.
I take the book.
When you go to grab it, it falls through your hand and lands on the floor. My apologies, I'm still quite new to this. Let me see what else I could read about Taya. I've only been here
Do I have any parchment and anything to write down with?
We'll say you do. I've only been here for a couple of days. I haven't really gotten to understand this place too well myself either. I'm not positive how the Thral-ste, Taya, and the champions were really connected. But from what I'm learning so far, it's that the champion of Vishnanshire is not the only champion, and it seems that at some point we may have been reporting to someone else. Perhaps something related to the Thral-ste. The legend of the champions does not start or end in Vishnanshire. And if I'm given enough time, I think I could find out where we came from. And where this power and this legacy also comes from. But, alas, I've only been here a couple of days.
Just surveying the room, is there... I assume there's a way out, and does that directly lead back to the champion's hold?
Well, it's the same way that you guys had come in. The doors that had opened were really just a straight line, and that magically brought you to another place. So when you leave this room, you'll go into a little hallway, and then you'll come out through the Nocturnal Hunter's door. Another hallway, you'll come out through the wind door. And then another hallway, and you'll come into the candle room. It's just a straight walk.
But if I were to try and visit John again, would I have to go through the same? Will we have to go through the same battles, or is it just already opened, like a defeated dungeon?
John will actually answer you. It will close behind you, but you, and you, he looks to you, Barrett, will always be able to come in without overcoming the challenges. You've already proven yourselves, as champions. I can't get it for you, but... And he gestures to a dresser on the opposite end of the room where the skeleton is. The skeleton is actually leaning up against the dresser. Be gentle with her when you move her, but there are some things in there that I think you should have. Both of you. But do be gentle with her.
Oh, absolutely.
I wish I could execute you to give her a proper burial, but people might be suspicious when she turns up all these years later.
I promise to you, John, I will return and bury her properly in the lands of Vishnu-Shire.
That would be the greatest gift you could ever bestow upon a dead man. When you open up the dresser, Barrett, you're gonna find the remaining pieces of your armor of the monk. I'm gonna write up stats for them though, but for right now you could just write up that you have the remaining pieces. For you, Palyus, you've actually found the remaining pieces of the champion's set of armor, but I also have to write up stats for them. I wanted to know what don't you have yet from the champion's set? I know you have the headpiece.
I have the headpiece, some leggings, a pair of boots, and I think it was just like a leather chest piece that upgraded my armor class +2.
Got it. Okay. Then I'm gonna have to make up pieces for your arms and your hands, as well as a belt. And that's what you have found in here. And I'll give them to you for next time. Barrett, what do you have from the monk set?
Bracers.
Okay. Then I will have to write up the remaining stats for your hands, chest, and... Actually, you know what? You found the whole set here. Legs and boots.
Fancy.
And head. So you actually got more stuff here than anybody else. Barrett, I'm not positive as to why you were able to cross through these thresholds. It must mean that perhaps my theory is right, and that there are more than just the champions of the Vishnu-Shire. There must be something so much bigger to this legacy that we don't yet understand. But if you give me some time, I'd want you to come back, and maybe I'll have answers for you then.
Okay.
Everything entombed in this library behind me is the memories and stories of the other champions.
Ooh.
Quite frankly, I'm surprised you did make it. You went through the nocturnal hunter room?
Yes.
Fenris is truly a frightening beast. That is by far the most terrifying door you could have chosen. On that note, John seems to flicker a little bit. I must be drained. A bit too much excitement for me for one day, I guess. I will speak with you soon, champion. Champions. And he starts to flicker and fade away, but the room stays illuminated by some unexplainable means. And all of the other rooms on the way out are now also illuminated. As if the stone itself is glowing.
We make our way out back to the Vishnu-Shire.
Okay. As you're coming out from under your porch, it is actually nightfall.
Is Max still outside?
Max is still waiting outside, sitting in the same exact spot. He has not moved. And it is already about 10 p.m.
You hungry, Mac? Run! You should have came.
Mac. Mac must be hungry.
Well, actually, we'll stop there for the night, because I know Nikki is tired.
Yeah, it's getting late there.